Hello, my dear friends. I really do consider all of you my friends. Friends care about each other, they help each other, and they support each other. Friends pave the way for success. They don't place barriers between you and your goals. They're happy when you're happy, and even when they don't agree with your choices, they remain true to you. So, as your friend, I do all I can to teach you how to manage your menopause your way. I'm Menopause Taylor, and this is the state of menopause in the world today. So today we're going to talk about your greatest enemies of menopause. Because when you think about it, really, friendship is not the same thing as club membership. In a club, there's a uniform mindset. The very essence of a club is to limit membership to only those who share the same interest or philosophy or goal. A club is no place for debate. It's a place for conformity. And if you don't conform, you don't belong. So here at Menopause University, we're friends, but we are not members of a club. It is not my goal to encourage all women to manage their menopause the same way. But it is my goal to teach you to focus on managing your own menopause and not judge other women for how they choose to manage theirs. And it is my goal to support each of you in how you choose to manage your menopause and to teach you to support each other in how each of you chooses to manage her menopause. But there are both friends and enemies in the world of menopause. And this podcast is all about the differences between your friends and your enemies when it comes to your menopause management. If you've been getting any of my menopause education, either by these podcasts or my YouTube channel or anything at all, you know that I address everything in the world of menopause. I want you to have a very well-rounded grasp of all the things that pertain to your menopause management. I've taught you everything from the anatomy to the science, to the hormonal biochemistry, to the pathology, to the social issues, and to the medical industry with regard to menopause. And now we're embarking on a unit about the problems, principles, and powers of menopause management. And the reason I teach you everything is to provide you with a complete toolkit for dealing with whatever might come your way. If I didn't do that, you would fail at getting what you want for managing your menopause. And you might not even know why you failed. As your friend, I want to make absolutely sure you succeed. So this podcast is all about the enemies of your menopause. And by using the word enemies, I'm referring to all the things that can get in the way of your ability to manage your menopause your way. They're the things that work against you. And believe me, there are more enemies than there are friends in the realm of menopause. This is all very practical information. And if you have even the slightest inkling of feeling that menopause is a struggle in any way at all, you need to listen to this podcast. Ages ago, many, many podcasts ago, I introduced you to the two camps of medicine. There's the traditional medicine camp, which encompasses medical doctors and pharmaceutical drugs. And there's the alternative camp, which encompasses naturopathic doctors, some osteopathic doctors, acupuncturists, and hypnotists. And it utilizes non-pharmaceutical remedies such as vitamins, minerals, supplements, and herbs instead of drugs. You may be more familiar with the term alternative and complementary. Now, while people use those two words, alternative and complementary, together, they're really two completely different things. Alternative therapies are treatment options that you use instead of medical therapies. Complementary therapies are treatment options that you use with medical therapies. In any case, the fact that there are two camps is a good thing. It constitutes your friend. Having so many different options and different kinds of options in so many different realms is really, really fantastic. I view them as one great big smorgasbord of options that makes finding the things that are best for you so much easier. You don't have to limit yourself to just one category of options. You can use items in all the different categories: diet, lifestyle, exercise, vitamins, minerals and supplements, herbs, hormonal medications, non-hormonal medications, acupuncture, hypnosis. It's friendly. It's like non-discrimination. You can use them all. The problem is that people don't view the two camps as a bunch of friendly options. Instead, they put them at odds with one another and make them enemies to one another. Professionals in the two camps shun one another. Medical doctors tell you to stay away from alternative doctors and their voodoo treatments. Alternative doctors tell you to stay away from medical doctors and their dangerous pharmaceutical drugs. And the biggest problem of all is that with the two camps at war with each other, you fall through the cracks. You feel like you have to join one camp or the other in order to get any help at all. In the end, with both camps treating the other one like an enemy, you are likely to view them both as enemies. Add to that the fact that you get conflicting information from the professionals in the two camps. The traditional medical doctors tell you that estrogen is the hormone of focus at menopause. The alternative doctors tell you that progesterone is the hormone of focus at menopause. Again, with these mixed messages, you don't know how to make sense of any of it. You don't get any real education from either camp. All you get is bits and pieces of information that aren't enough for you to connect the dots and really understand what's going on when you become menopausal. All you want is to feel like your former self and to age well. But with the war of medical camps and the professionals within them, you're the one who suffers. That's not what you expect from your friends. Friends make you feel secure because of their consistency. These mixed messages make you feel like they come from an enemy. You even get mixed messages from the products within the two camps. And that's because they come from two industries that are at odds with one another. One is the pharmaceutical industry. The other is the dietary supplement industry. The pharmaceutical industry spends millions of dollars researching and testing each drug. That's good because you get quality control and assurance about its benefits and risks. But that's bad because you have to get a prescription in order to use them, and they're expensive. And you also get a huge list of warnings that scare you to death. The supplement industry doesn't have any of the standards or regulations of the pharmaceutical industry. In actuality, they're completely unregulated. So they're accessible everywhere, and that's good. But what's bad is that there's no research on them at all, and you have no way of knowing about their consistency or reliability. And there are no warnings about their risks. Both industries have aspects that are friendly and others that are unfriendly. There's nothing in between. The truth is what you've heard me say many, many times. Nothing, absolutely nothing is perfect. Everything has both benefits and risks, advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. That's a fact. But since none of the professionals is teaching you the facts, you have to turn to resources like the internet to get information you need. And that's riddled with enemies too. Why? Because although you're looking for someone who is capable of educating you, all you find is people who are determined to advertise to you. I always say there's a very fine line between ed for educating and ad for advertising. Educating is friendly, advertising is not. But unfortunately, so many of the advertisers hook you by starting out with a piece of education or two. And once you're hooked, they switch gears into advertising mode. But the dishonest part of it is that you don't know where in the spiel they went from educating to advertising. Their goal is to get you to buy something. That is their only goal. They are salesmen, not educators. They have no medical expertise or scientific background whatsoever. Many of them are celebrities. Why people believe celebrities no matter what they push, I'll never know. They're actors. They know how to act in order to get you to buy. They are not experts in anything having to do with your health. Please, please stop using celebrities as your information sources for things outside the field of acting. And you know the warning that goes, buyer beware? Use that as your guide. The bottom line is this: if there's a product involved, run. The instance that there's a product involved, all rationality, fairness, honesty, friendliness, and truth vanishes. You are but a pawn in an effort to make a buck. No person selling a product cares a fig about you or your health. They care a lot more about their own pocketbook. They are not your friends. They are your enemies. That's one of the reasons you never see me selling anything. I have nothing to sell. I'm purely about the education. I don't care how you choose to manage your menopause as long as you're happy with it. I care that you have all the facts so that you'll be happy with your choices both now and when you're 99 or 100. And I want you to make it to 99 or 100. Education is your friend. Advertising is your enemy. And speaking of your friends and your enemies, I have to say that in my opinion, when it comes to menopause, your own friends are your greatest enemies of all. Of all these forces that work against your ability to manage your menopause your way, I find women's treatment of one another the worst thing of all. I'm absolutely shocked at the things I hear women tell each other. Invariably, the person speaking has no education or facts at all. And I find it interesting that those with the least credibility seem to speak the most and the loudest. Invariably, instead of showing support and offering help, friends deliver nothing but fear. Women sabotage one another by scaring their friends. I hear women telling other women that HRT will kill them. I hear women perpetuating the misconceptions that I've worked so hard to erase. I've heard women chastise one another for choosing a management option that the other one finds unacceptable. And I hear women implying that all women are alike and should all manage their menopause the same way. Nothing could be more untrue or more unfriendly. Friends do not doom their friends. They support them. I have seen women who are literally shunned for their choice of menopause management. Now, how ridiculous is that? When you stop to think about how women pass judgment on each other based on how they've chosen to manage their menopause, it should really give you pause. Ladies, there is no right or wrong, good or bad, better or worse way. There are just a lot of different ways, and that's good. Options are your friends. The enemy is anything or anybody who tries to force all women to do the same thing. Nothing is going to work for everybody. The reason I limit myself to education with no product to sell you, and I teach you about all the options in all the categories,